Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition.
What is my task? It shall be.
As we move onwards.
Consider it done.
In the last...
Hello, Hexat. It's been a while.
Indeed it has. Apparently. Here is Cabrina, recognizing Hexat.
Cabrina, the years have been kind to you. Not so kind as they've been to you. Undeath suits you.
Yeah, Godan, wondering who this woman is.
I am Cabrina. She brings word from my employer, El. At least, I assume she does.
Assume she does. And you assume that because, Godan asking?
I was given an assignment. I've yet to finish it.
Well, Godan, obviously a very busy person. Perhaps maybe seeing if she can maybe leave this assignment unfinished. We have more pressing concerns, surely.
El would. He wasn't pleased to learn of your vampire turn, Hexat. He believes you were of more use to him alive. I'll just have to prove him wrong. If I were you, I'd be careful to make sure this next mission goes smoothly. You wouldn't want to disappoint him.
Sounds like that Hexat has quite recently become a vampire then. Yeah. Okay. Well, Hexat's services to the party have been very, very useful indeed, so if she has to do this task, so be it. And who knows, there may be something in it for us in form of a reward, maybe. Although it sounds like she's doing it because she has to. Asking what the mission is.
He requires a scepter once possessed by Nan Kong Chi, first high priest to the cult of the Black Leopard.
And where exactly is this scepter?
The crypts of Durkon.
Means nothing to Godan, of course.
The crypts of Durkon are in Shulong.
Shulong. Again, doesn't really mean anything to Godan, but it doesn't sound local. Quite a long way away, in fact.
Durkon's crypts are but a step away from Om's graveyard for she who holds the cask of Dragomir. It
allows its user to tomb walk. One house of the dead is connected to all others by threads that the cask can expand and allow travel through. I don't imagine I need to tell you not to don the helm. No? Good. Then go and get El the Claw of the Black Leopard. Report back as soon as you've done so.
It will be done. One other thing.
Godan asking what she's obviously she's doing something.
Making preparations in case you're tempted to leave the job unfinished.
Until you have what El wants in your hand, the cask is a one-way ticket. You won't be allowed to return until you've achieved your objective. Well... hardly seems fair indeed, but, well, this El doesn't seem like a fair kind of person, but we don't leave missions unfinished.
I'd tell you to take care, Hexat, but I know you always do.
Alright. So we can use one of the tombs in the graveyard district here, tomb walk between them and end up in Shulong. Sounds fun. But not yet, of course. Rather busy.
On my honor.
I was interrupted during my introduction, so I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, go down wondering who this L person is. That he commands such power over Hexat. I mean, she's no shrinking violet. Why doesn't she just tell him to get screwed? What is she fearful of if she doesn't do his bidding? We shall have to question her about it. next time we're drinking in a tavern somewhere, I assume. Right, this session's going to be a little bit shorter than 45 minutes, maybe 30 to 35, just because I'm having to upload it the same day that I am recording it. Falling a little bit behind with the recordings, and that also means there'll be no after narrative in this particular session. But the reason why I'm starting the session here, having ended the last one accepting Bodhi's offer to join the Vampire Guild, essentially, against the Shadow Thieves, is because Godan is sensing that things have ramped up a little bit in terms of our progression, and so wants to ensure that his party members are as well equipped as they potentially could be without spending too much coin. So he was kind enough to give Nera a sling +2, and both Viconia and Jahira only have a sling +1. He's going to do something that he doesn't do that often.
What is my
He's going to splash a bit of coin on getting some more slings +2 for the other two ladies of our party, who have no doubt proved themselves by now to be quite useful companions. So if it's going to help keep him alive, if it's going to help us fell greater beasts so we can haul back greater treasure, he's considering this a small investment that will hopefully yield greater returns in the long run. Ever the businessman, of course. Right, so there's a sling +2 here. So we shall swap out the slings for Jahira and Viconia eventually.
On my honor. Yes.
And there is a second sling +1 in a rather
What is my task?
rather
As you ask.
inopportune place, you could say. Because if you recall, I did state in the last session that I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't do the Mavar guild quest first before picking sides. Now, I'm not one for reloading. If I was, I would probably have done so and done Mavar's guild quest first before going to Bodhi. That quest wasn't timed, although the game gave the impression that it was. However, we live with our mistakes, or with what we've done, so we are going to continue onwards. But the Mavar guild quest is now essentially
On my honor.
closed to us because we are now at odds with the Shadow Thieves due to us picking Bodhi's side.
Consider it
I
done.
say essentially
Yes.
because before starting this session, I did have a very quick look just to check something, to see if we could enter Mavar's guild hall. And you'd be surprised to know that we actually can speak with Mavar, the Gorch at the front desk. We can give him the papers that we received from Renal Bloodscalp, and we can go into the back rooms. Which gives an indication that, hey-ho, the quest is still active. However, even if the quest is still active, and I haven't been to the back rooms yet, so the back rooms may become hostile.
What is my task? I await your
But even
word.
if we can actually carry out the quest here, there's no possible way to hand it in, because we have to hand it in to Renal Bloodscalp. If we go anywhere near the Thieves Guild outside, they turn hostile. So it just makes no sense for us to continue this quest. I could try it. I could seeing if we can actually do the Mavar's quests that he asks us to do, because that may yield some reward and some experience, but just not hand in the final bit. But that doesn't make any sense. It's a bit gamey, really.
On my honor.
So we're just going to completely abandon this quest line. But we are going to utilise Gorch's services, because he's not hostile yet. And he does sell some stuff. And one of the things that he sells is a sling +2, which I'm here for, so we're going to buy that as well. And then we'll probably sell him the slings +1 that we don't need anymore. And everything else here. I mean, it's got level armor plus, a lot of this stuff is quite expensive. Got a nymph cloak, extra +2 to charisma and some other stuff. Gem bag, and Yeah, we've already come for the slain +2. So handing the ladies their upgrades, which I'm sure they're very happy with. Or at least they should be, because, you know, Godan doesn't do this very often.
What is my... I will do my best.
humble establishment.
And sell those back. God, you don't get much, do you? 30 coin? Okay. So yeah, we can hand in
Yes.
Customer is always right.
the paper and go see Mavar. I'm kind of tempted to see if we can still do it. Wait a second. This is trial and error, okay? I'm going to save this, quick save this. It's just out of curiosity, really.
Yes,
My
very well.
prices are the best south of Waterdeep.
Okay, you have something written for me? Yes, we do. We're given the letter of transfer. Allows us to gain access to Mavar's guild hall. So far, so good. I've got a feeling once we get inside, perhaps the more knowledgeable shadow thieves will probably say, "Who there? What the hell? It's come to kill us." Bodhi's told him to. No, Gorvin's here. He's available to speak to.
As you ask.
Explain your intent and make it good.
Down in the cellar, apparently.
Yes.
This is all shadow thieves, Zintris. Because if you don't, did he say is it down in the cellar? Where's the cellar? Why are we going up? Shadow thief.
Consider it done.
Where's the big bad Mavar? Because this is actually it's like a rival guild within the guild, so maybe they don't quite. Another set of stairs up.
Yes?
Let's go down those stairs over there. Down what stairs? There are stairs up. There are not stairs down. There's a door. This is all completely experimental now. I should have done this off camera, but I didn't, and I'm now like, now curiosity's got the better of me.
What is my task? I await your word.
There we go.
It shall be.
Nope. Old Mavar, wherefore art thou, old Mavar? I've come to kill you. No, I haven't really. Stairs down. Okay, that's stairs outside. How do we go back up? Where's the door? For
On my honor.
God's sakes.
Consider it done.
Okay.
Yes.
Forget that line. I may do it. I've got the quick save, right? I'm gonna save it as a separate slot. And
What is my
come
task?
back to
Consider
that
it done.
in my own time. I was just curious to see how far we could get with that quest. But as I said, it's not going to be done anyway. So let's get ourselves back to the entranceway before we end up getting killed. And I shall explain where we're going next, because we're done in the city for now. I was under the impression that Bodhi's quest was timed, the way she said we need to hurry. Made me think, oh, better do it now. But it's not, so I'm going to continue to gather coin, because as I said, Godan's got a feeling that things are going to hit the fan, and we need to be in the best position possible to deal with whatever's thrown at us, which means having as much coin as possible and having the best equipment possible. And there are still some tasks for us to do outside of the city that could yield some nice rewards. So we're going to have a look at what those are right about now, because we have still left for us to do. We've got the Windspear Hills. We've got the Umar Hills by hunting for Valigar Korthala. And we have the trade meat animal issue. Now, out of all of those, the Windspear Hills promises us 10,000 gold piece reward. Very nice. Trade meat promises us a nice reward. High Merchant Lord. We're promised a good reward by the person that told us about this quest, so this sounds like a very important person. We'll probably have a large sum of money. Or we've got the good ear of the Cowled Wizards, aka Tolgarius, who may find out about Imowen if we take down Valigar Korthala. That's probably the most useful right now. Bit of extra information about Imowen, maybe just to put our minds at rest as to how things are going down in her little prison. If we're told she's safe and well, you know, we can be comfortable in taking a bit more time to be prepared to break her out if necessary.
On my honor.
Who knows, maybe we'll be in such good standing that they may even make an exception and release her without the need to bend to Bodhi's will. Even though we have paid the 15,000 gold pieces.
I will do my best.
Which would be rather annoying, but we'll see what happens. So what we're going to do is we are going to head out to the Umar Hills to see if we can find Valigar Korthala and whatever else when we get there. And look at that. Straight there with no... Hey. Straight there with no interruption. Which is very nice indeed. Swapping cloaks.
Yes.
And we have some kind of a gathering here.
Yes.
Oi, Mayor, when is this crisis going to be solved, eh?
Okay, so there's a problem.
Aye, me and mine need to get back to herding, we do, for the wolves have gobbled me flock entire.
Calm down, everyone, please. I assure you that everything that can be done is being done.
And what is that? Ah, you just hired a group of those adventurers, didn't you? Where in the abyss are they? Well, they haven't come back yet, no. Oh, we're doomed, doomed! We must flee the village! We must flee before more people go missing! Now, people, come. This is no time to panic. Please listen to my husband. Yes, well, we are looking for another group of adventurers here to handle the situation. To kill them ogres and evil kin, you mean? Yes, ever since that band of monsters moved into the area, we have had nothing but trouble. They're eating people, that's what. You're both daft. 'Tis the wolves that have been wandering the hill, sure enough. Hungry they is. It's not wolves, you fool. It's Umar herself, returned to haunt us and steal our children. Umar? Don't be telling that folktale now. Can't you see that it's the ogres plain as the truth? People, please. We must find out first what happened to our ranger Mirella, and then track down the source of these murders. More adventurers will come soon. Well, they can't come soon enough. You best be doing something, Mayor, or we need to be fleeing to the city for our safety. I am trying to do something. Everyone remain calm. Panic will not help. I'm going to return to my home now. Everyone go home, please. Okay, yes. I knew there was something else we were supposed to do in Umar Hills, but I couldn't quite remember. We saw a little child in the government district, didn't we? And he said that there was some, some murders going on, some deaths. And I think it might have been Jaheira that talked to the child, and she kind of said that she'd look into this for him, much to Godan's annoyance, because she didn't negotiate reward first. But yeah, we have reached Imsvale. I witnessed a gathering of panicky folk being addressed by the mayor. Unknown killings going on. A missing bunch of adventurers. And he's returned to his own home. Okay. So that is where we should head first, I assume. To his home. Although we can't see exactly what's going on. Right.
What is my task?
Godan's got no desire to speak
Very
to
well.
the local plebs. Bless them. Go speak to the main man, the man that's most likely to give him information about a reward if we were to offer our services to solve a murder crisis. And if the reward doesn't suit, then maybe we just leave them all to die. Whilst we hunt for Valigar Corthala in the meantime. Such is life. Although some of the locals may know about Valigar Corthala if we question them. But we'll chance the mayor first. This is the Umar Inn. Oh, there's the minister's house there. Right. It is always good for information. And for alcohol, of course. So we'll head to the mayor's house first, the minister's house, and then the inn. And that might be the end of the session, depending on how things go. Come on. Come on. There we go. So the minister and his wife. Probably looking rather stressed.
On my honor. Done.
Hello. I don't recognise you. You must be new to Imnisvale. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, he sounds a bit of a simpleton, bless him. Yes, Godan couldn't help but notice the goings-on outside, the melodrama, and something about you're in need of adventurers. Well, you haven't just got adventurers, my friend, you've got the saviour of Baldur's Gate. The lord of his own keep stood right before you. Fortunate, eh? Yes, we are. Blessed Lathander has delivered us. Oh, my lord. Dressing in the correct manner as well. It's off to a good start. You have no idea of the dire straits my little village is in. You will help us then? Of course we will. For the right price. And lords don't come cheap. Well, my village is in dire need. I'll tell you what. If you end the murders, I will give you the armour that belonged to our first ranger protector. Not some musty old hand-me-down armour. That was my ancestor, and I've kept it. I'm told it's wrapped up with strong protective magics. I'd be happy to offer it, and some gold to save my village. Some gold. Okay. Do you know what? Normally I don't really do these kind of things for ancestral armour. Probably rusted and rubbish, but if we perhaps could get a token of your intention by an advance payment, then perhaps we can consider. This is a selfish way of doing business. I suppose things are done differently in the city. Very well. I'm authorised to offer you 300 gold coins in advance. Godan, yeah, it probably is slightly insulted by the 300 gold, but I suppose it shows his intention that he has actually offered up front, putting his trust in us. And you just never know. That armour, he is intrigued. It could be, these backwater villagers might not quite know the importance of what they hold. To him, it's just his ancestors' armour, some protections on it. When to the trained eye, when wearing spectacles of identification, it may prove to be quite high-quality stuff. So, do you know what? We'll hear him out.
We've had a run of killings and disappearances here as of late.
People murdered in their beds, their bodies disappearing, bodies found with the skins inside out. Sounds most grim. Normally we would turn to our local ranger protector to aid us in a time like this, but our ranger, Mirella, she's vanished. Several men went to her cabin southwest of the village and found no sign of her. It's not like her to be absent for so long. I fear the worst. Soon after, shepherds and farmers from the outlying holes began disappearing. People heard strange noises at night, and we have no ranger to turn to. Everyone's frightened, but they're scared to leave as well, else they get caught out in the wilderness by whatever has been doing the killing. And, of course, everyone has ideas on what's behind all of this. It's the ogres, my husband, you know it is. My wife, Aina, and yes, many people think it's a group of ogres who have moved into the area just before the killings began. Likely is, too. They're in the hills, too close to the village, I say. Yes, you can find them in the hills a bit north of here. Of course, others think it's a pack of very large wolves that's been ranging the hills for some years. And still others claim Umar herself, the great witch of the hills, has returned. Legend has it, she was responsible for the deaths, much like these ones. Pfft, that is just old legends. Umar has been gone for over 500 years, dear. Yes, true, I suppose. I should warn you, I've already hired a famous knight, Mazzy Fenton, and her troop, but they haven't been back. Mazzy Fenton? Famous? Godan hasn't heard of her. Can't be that famous. To be honest, I think you should check on the ogres and their fellows before chasing after legends and such. So, will you help us? Well, you've 300 gold to listen to the story, and I suppose the armour and some more gold to carry out the investigation, if it's not too much issue. I mean, if it's going to prove to be too irksome and time-consuming, we can always abandon it and take the 300 coin anyway. But yeah, we're going to take a look. Oh, most excellent! Please, my lord, go to Mirella's cabin and find where she has gone. My men are too frightened to go that far from the village. Her cabin is west of the village in the valley. It should not be hard to find. There are other older cabins in the hills, abandoned for many years. Or go north from here to the river and find that mad wolf and his beasts. I have little doubt that they are responsible for all of this, but we must be sure. I'm relieved you have decided to help us. You have the run of the village, my lord. If you need anything else, do not hesitate to come to me. Well, I don't know what else we can possibly need from you. Okay, so we've got a recently arrived group of creatures, an ogre by the name of Madolf to the north. What else we got? Mirella is to the west, in a cabin, and other abandoned cabins there as well. Maybe Valigar Kolthar's cabin might be out west. Okay, so some useful information,
Yes?
and a bit of an upfront payment.
You ask, what is my task?
Godan becoming rather harsh businessman, isn't he? Extorting money at every turn.
It shall be.
These poor villagers.
On my honor.
Don't know who's just rocked up into their town. Right, anyway, it's getting dark. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably go in the inn. We'll probably drink copious amounts of alcohol. Maybe dine on some village, well, food.
Consider it done.
If it classes as palatable, and rest up and recuperate and all that, and probably head out in the morning to do our work, because, well, Godan won't be rushed. He's not at the beck and call of these people after all. He's doing them a service. He's doing them a favour, sorry. A favour. Right. And then we'll explore the rest of the area in the next session. Right, how do we get into this place? Okay, so here is the inn, and here is the innkeep, but whilst Godan is organising a cheap rate for the night, no doubt, I think Nera can't help herself, rather curiously going off wandering and speaking with a few people.
That's it?
Be merry, friend.
No, I dare be recognising you. Should I be? Are you kid mayhap? Come to take me home? Oh, perhaps Nera, trying to get an extra information for Godan, asking about the killings. Good old Detective Nera on the case. I know that the streets may be a safe place for a poor drunk to nap in, that's for sure. Vincenzo took me in, dear man that he be, so I nae be taken by the Umar witch, eh? Myself, I nae be knowing if the Umar witch is back. I see black shapes moving in the nights, like living shadows, but then I be in the town drunk and nobody listens to what I has to say. Truth be told, I'd be more than a little frightened to sleep outside these days, but then, this in his way you'd find me likely as not. So little has changed, eh?
Ready for anything.
Nothing useful. Minling. Quite a few people to speak to here.
Useful gadgets I have. Yes, I do.
That's a little gnome. Yes? What is it you want exactly? If you want to buy something, then say so quickly, because I've got little enough time to spare for the likes of you. Oh, he's a merchant. Oh, he is. Oh, look at this. Of course, Near are not authorized to buy anything. But looking is free, of course. And nothing really standing out too much. Other than this. Baldur Ale, brewed with pimentos for that extra little kick. I think Nera has probably got a few loose gold coins in her robe somewhere that's not quite company funds, and, well, after being treated to a soiree, a 3-course slap-up meal in the Mithrest yesterday, I'm thinking that she probably can't help herself in purchasing a little gift for our Lord and leader. Bless her. Baldur Ale. I shall give it to him a bit later on.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
Ah, good day to you, sir. It is nice to see a new face in the village once. We haven't had many travellers through here since all those killings began, naturally. I'd be pleased to show you some of the goods I have to sell, although I must warn you, our mercantile company hasn't had much opportunity to deliver lately, so goods are sparse. Okay, so asking about the killings first. Ah, now there's a tale and a half. Mind you, don't listen to the dribble these villagers might tell you. They have you half believing that a 500-year-old witch is on the prowl. You see, the real story is that there's a pack of wolves that's decided to come into the village area here and pick people off. You can't even travel much unless you've got an armed guard. Makes for poor business, it does. Our company thought it was a good thing when we won exclusive rights to Imsvale from the council. Now, it's just losing us money. Okay. Looking at the wares. Any more gifts for Godan? Perhaps? No, just standard weaponry. Very standard indeed. Okay, thank you. And you, sir?
You'll find no better prices in Arm. I guarantee it.
Okay, so there's another store merchant. Quickly taking a look at his wares. Nothing. Okay.
Happy to help.
Asking about the
You'll
killings.
find no better prices in Arm. I guarantee it.
Oh, it's a terrible thing, isn't it? People dying left and right. You can hardly find a customer anymore. And that's probably okay, because nobody will restock me now anyway. Somebody should go do something about those ogres. Ever since they came, it all started. One of my caravans got attacked by ogres. They're evil and brutal. Ogres, wolves.
I'm ready, I suppose.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's all surmising. Nothing for certain. Book merchant.
You look like the sort who has more than 2 gold pieces to rub together.
Okay, apparently doesn't have any books. Ship most of my stock to Rathcatler, he says. Yeah, because of the killings? Indeed so. But there have been quite a few old books turning up around here to make it worthwhile.
Have a look at my wares. I trust you'll find them all in satisfactory condition.
But we can't look at them.
Well met and welcome.
Okay.
Bloke can't walk 5 feet these days without someone hitting him up.
So people are just moaning and groaning about the killings here, nothing substantial. But yeah. Eric and Tim. Godan's still trying to negotiate a price for the rooms. Meanwhile, Nera still sleeping woman. No, nobody to talk to there. And a little child. The stable boy.
Who are you?
Okay, nothing to report. Right, okay.
What is my consider it done?
Never had rat.
Hello to you and a good day. I am Vincenzo, and I offer you all the services of my humble little inn. There are a lot of things to be said about your inn, Vince, but humble ain't the one I would be picking, eh? Hush, boy, and keep calling me Vince, and I'll have your Chateau log. The name's Vincenzo. That's a lot of rot. Here's that name from a Sembian trade, and suddenly you're putting on airs. Phew. Never mind the boy, he's arrogant lad. I took him in out of pity. A simpleton who doesn't know his place. Is there aught I can do for you, my good lord? Well, there's one thing I can tell about people here. They're respectful. They address people in the proper manner. They can spot their betters. Godan likes that. He's not bothered about questioning about killings, unlike Nero, who's the talkative one. He just wants to know where the drink is. Of course. I have not many rooms, mind you. All the frightened folk who fled into the village have near filled me up. Only a room or two left. Just don't mind the rodents while you're sleeping. Silence, boy! There are no fowls and rodents here other than you. Now, my lord, where was I? Ooh, no royal accommodations. Disappointing. However, Worm's Brew, a new blend. Godan is intrigued. Right then, so we shall be drinking some Worm's Brew. Nera will no doubt be presenting Godan with her little gift, and we shall be resting in the noble quarters, a step down from Godan's usual residence in the Mithrest. But that is as it is. We have no choice. We are in a village here, a backwater village by the looks of it, and I suppose this isn't too bad. It could have been worse. So in the next session, we shall be rested, we shall be fresh as daisies, and we shall head on out into Imnersvale proper to do some investigating. For Valigar, Corthala, and potential murders. Ogres? Wolves? Umar? Who cares? If Godan finds out who's done it, he'll chop them down and cash in on his reward as usual. So join me next time for that. Till then, see you soon.